Hello. Um, Happy holidays again. Celebrations are over. I just got back from my family's place down at Tucson, so went out to the Italian tonight. So yep, had a glass of nice organic vino, and 26 days later, I'll be having my next drink when the Cowboys beat the ass of the 49ers, and I'll be all loaded. I'll be all busted. I'm gonna be funny. We're gonna have a hell of a time. But anyway, January 7th through the night, through the AM. Hopefully, I get it done very quickly because I'll be taking notes for every game and bearing any surprises. We should expect a few surprises, but six videos is on each wild card game, a complete breakdown, quarterback records, coach records, head to head, historically, conference records, home, away records, form, last X amount of games ever since a team started winning to get to that point to make it to the wild card, for example, um, head to head against individual teams, player coaching splits. And so those will be six individual videos. And I think I'll start doing that uh, during the second half of the Sunday night football game because the NFC side is pretty much going to be set. And then during the outcome of the Bills game, then it may change up some of the matchups just to depending on who wins that game between Buffalo and Miami. But anyways, can knock out the NFC side during that, then get the AFC prediction videos done. Um, I probably would won't upload them right away. I mean, I'll kind of just right. I won't publish them right away. I'll upload them, but I'll start out with the bracket video, and then just how do you get to each game? Basically, is gonna be each individual video for each game for each round of the playoffs. So my whole bracket prediction video, and then all the details for each individual wild card, divisional, conference title, Super Bowl. That's all going to be in each of their individual videos. And obviously, the Super Bowl would be a whole series of videos. And basically, that is what's going to happen Sunday night. It's right there. The Super Bowl psyop video is going to completely break out. It's going to be trending. It's going viral if the Ravens and the Niners and the Cowboys are playing conference title week. And Aaron Rodgers is sponsored by FanDuel with this little comments today. There's no way it's going to happen now that everyone all believes in it. They weren't obviously it wasn't a pattern a year ago because it only happened once in Super Bowl 56, and nobody bet on the Bengals. Nobody bet on the Chiefs and the Eagles. It's not going to happen that easy. You're kidding yourselves if it's just going to be that easy for everyone to win. There's no way that's going to happen. It happened by design to basically give the sports books record-breaking profits. And you know it's a real conspiracy when they do push the Ravens and the Niners every single round. And basically they're in a position to set up the psyop, set up the sheep to the slaughterhouse, conference title week. All the Ravens and Niners have to do basically is just win one game and boom, right there. They're going to go for the kill shot in conference title week. So, um, you know, be ready for that because all the tributes are there for the Cowboys and approaching it from the angle of George Bush and the 43rd president uh, for the Fort Worth, Dallas area to complete the double because obviously George Bush was one of the Rangers and they won. So definitely going to see it all play out that way, especially with all the Tom Brady angles. We see Brady's influence on the outcome of the NCAA. the first year after his retirement, and then the Brady influence is going to go against the Niners because they didn't give him a chance. This is going to go down as the worst move in football history. It's part of the script. And I think the amount of points that Michigan scored through the two games during the college football playoff will probably kind of give the hint of where Harbaugh is going to end up being coach of, if it's going to be the Bills, the Raiders, the Chargers, or the Bears. Because he's going to go somewhere that has a quarterback. So because of that, Chicago, Buffalo, and the Chargers look very reasonable. And don't forget the guy was coach at University of San Diego before he went to Stanford too. So I think we'll kind of see what the clue is for Harbaugh. Just my question is how many total points are going to Michigan is going to score over the course of the two games against Alabama and Washington. I think that's going to be a big clue. How many total points they score over the two games, as well as the amount of combined points that Michigan defense allows. So, but my investigative questions I have is how many games have the Cowboys won at Jerry Road during the course of their time playing in that $1 billion+ stadium? Just how many wins would that be once they do get the 18 straight wins at home to make it to the conference title game? My next investigative question is how many home losses does Kyle Shanahan have as coach of the Niners? And how many losses have the Niners lost in total over at Levi Stadium? So obviously Levi Stadium is 46. If you win 46 for Coach Mike McCarthy. As far as any other investigative questions, obviously, I don't know where the Chiefs are playing at home or away week 17, but there's a little bit of advanced number crunching as far as some splits, I think. So yeah, I think the predictions are pending upon further review. I mean, Dallas already beat the Seahawks, so I can't imagine that if they beat that team already. They if the Packers win by 20 or 30 points or so, they'll probably hype up the Packers. People will probably be delusional enough to believe that the Packers are going to beat the Cowboys. But here we are. If the Packers do win big, then they will certainly get people to believe that they're going to smoke the Cowboys. So go ahead, Joe Public, because I think the Packers suck. And it's just if it's about ratings, then Packers, Cowboys, these historical NFL teams, going to bring in the dough for the organization, for the 32 collective teams, all part of one entity. But there still is a scenario involving the Rams where they can still face off the Lions, even with the loss against the 49ers. So, yeah, we'll see about that. But if the Niners do rest their players and they lose against the Rams, uh, the Niners will finish 2-3 since dating back to Christmas Eve before they played the Ravens. Because, wait, let's see, yeah. Because 1-2, then 2-2, then 2-3. So yeah, if they lose against the Rams, it's definitely adding up. And the key motivation for the Rams is to avoid playing at Jerry Road, where the Dallas Cowboys are just absolutely electric at home. So the motivation, it is a classic rivalry between the Rams and the Niners. One team has winners. Rams are winners. They won Super Bowl. The 49ers didn't win anything, so they're losers. The Rams are winners. They're losers, according to George Steinbrenner's definition of a winner. Don't have one of these rings, you're a loser. So the 49ers are losers. Uh, so yeah, I'll take a look at the Rams and the Niners. Obviously, yep, because they can still face off against the Lions even if they don't beat the 49ers. So and if George Halas died, a great legendary Chicago Bears player, they're gonna give the Bears that Halas tribute there to kind of spoil the season of the Green Bay Packers. Maybe the Bears just maybe they do spoil the Packers season, but then the Packers may be helped by the Cardinals. If the Packers lose to the Bears spoil their chances, and the Cardinals beat the Seahawks, then that would put the Packers right in there in the playoffs. But I get the feeling they want the Packers to win somehow. So just so they look dangerous before they face off against the Cowboys. Because Seattle lost to the Steelers last week. I mean, this team, I don't know how people are going to believe they're going to beat just because they're going to blame the referees or something. They blame the referees, or they're going to blame the short week or whatever. Even though Dallas played on a short week too, they're going to blame the short week. I mean, Cowboys already beat the Seahawks. I mean, Dak Prescott already beat those guys. So anyway, Seahawks is 24 and he's 2-4 in the playoffs, but his first playoff win was against the Seahawks and he's currently 2-4. So it just may only have everything to do with the past. But Aaron Rodgers is picked number 24. He's no longer there. Dak 2-4 against the Packers. They make it without Aaron Rodgers. But maybe they just don't make a conference title game or win a playoff game without Aaron Rodgers. So still make Aaron Rodgers funny, I think. I think yeah. He came back. He came back. It was 28. It was 28-14, now and then Aaron Rodgers came back. So yeah, he'll just have to beat those guys, I guess, without Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy. So yep, he'll beat the Packers. He'll be a Super Bowl coach. Packers have to pay their respects to the coach who last won the Super Bowl, and Jimmy Johnson won the title in both the college and pro game. Mike McCarthy will just have to win titles with two different NFL franchises. That's what he's going to do. He's going to win the Super Bowl for two different NFL franchises, and that's never been done before. So the coach is going to make history by winning the Super Bowl. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll publish the bracket video first, and then I'll just start uploading one by one by one by one each game prediction video, basically, and then and then the again the logo psyop video. It is really picking up views right now. It's over 10,000 views. I think it could potentially save people's lives if they think that this is going to make or break the mortgage. And hopefully, better late now than never. But people don't want to. They don't want to believe. They want to feel secure. It's kind of the psychology behind believing that it's just going to be that easy, where the teams with the colors are going to appear in the Super Bowl. It's going to be that easy, and I'm assured the outcome. And I want to feel like I'm secure in the bag. But see, that's kind of the mind control that Las Vegas is doing. This is how they're psychologically conditioning you to believe in it. When you repeat the same outcome for 2 years that the public just didn't bet on, they didn't go for the Bengals and they didn't go for the Eagles or the Chiefs last year. That was basically the opportunity last year. And the public did not take the Chiefs or the Eagles. Simple enough. So when everyone starts to believe the logo BS, they didn't bet on it last year, but the year that people do bet on the logos, it's not going to end up the way they think it's going to end up. I know they set this stuff up just so it can all blow up in the public's face the year Las Vegas is hosting the Super Bowl. I know this was all by design, leading up to the Super Bowl that the sports books are going to host. It's all fugazi, is what it comes down to. It's all fugazi. No one's going to believe in the Cowboys. People hate the Chiefs. People's emotions, man. People's emotions. They think it's going to be a big week. See the Chiefs lose to the MVP, or the Dallas Cowboys lose against the favorite, the 49ers. Skull and bones, whatever you want to say, part of a satanic ritual to sacrifice the public. Skull and Bones are kind of satanic, anyways, too, because that organization in Yale was made up of Masonic elites, like George Bush and John Kerry are the most notable examples of skull Freemasons who end up being president or end up running for president. So, um, and he's the 43rd president, and the Super Bowl runs 43 days, and then Jimmy Johnson is born in the year 43. So overall, I think the Masons are in on this. They're definitely in. The Masons that run the NFL, they have the FanDuel sponsorships. They put Aaron Rodgers on today. Start peddling the BS with the logo psyops, because Aaron Rodgers under the table is being sponsored by FanDuel to get people to bet on this nonsense. The people believe the vaccine conspiracies, all that. They're going to listen to Aaron Rodgers, and they're going to bet on the Super Bowl logo BS. I'm telling you, man, it's BS. Just think about Gary the Numbers guy, the whole Vikings Colts episode. If it really was part of the script, they could have pushed the two teams till conference title week and then have the Vikings and the Colts lose. So it was never part of the script. So, but this time around, they're really going to push the Ravens and the Niners all the way to the conference title week. They're going to really just push more and more and more and more of that Ravens 49ers money all the way to conference title week. And then it's all going to blow up. And Baltimore does fall flat in the playoffs with Lamar Jackson. If this team falls flat, and I think the Flacco love story is going to end. I mean, there's just no way I believe it's real the way he's playing. I mean, it's right out of a fairy tale. There's just no possible way if it was up to chance that he'd be playing this good that he is right now. It's fake and it's wrestling. They're going to make it look real. The Ravens are just going to, Joe Flacco will just take himself out of the game with the injury. The Ravens, they're going to be like purple people eaters in the Ravens form. It's purple people eaters against the two-time Super Bowl winner. That's kind of the script they're setting up right there. Hey, Patrick Mahomes, the Super Bowl winner against a two-time MVP, and a murderous, vicious Baltimore Raven defense against a bunch of wide receivers that have a bunch of butterfingers, is what they're about to say with the Kansas City Chiefs. And right there, this is where, if he defeats the Ravens, that people are going to start believing that Patrick Mahomes is going to be Golden Boy Brady. But there is no next Brady. Nobody's going to win that many Super Bowls again. Tom Brady is forever immortalized. There simply is no next Tom Brady. What there is a next face of the league, but there never ever is going to be any more Tom Brady. There's no such thing as the next Tom Brady. There's only the next faces of the league. There is no next Tom Brady. But everyone will start to believe he's the next Tom Brady because it's the Dallas Cowboys and they cannot fade them. They cannot imagine. They cannot even consider the faintest possibility of a Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl victory. And again, this is where Las Vegas is going to murder the public. I can make my money back by seeing these Dallas Cowboys lose against Patrick Mahomes. But again, Mark Davis is Camacho 35. So is Prescott, 35th quarterback to win a Super Bowl. It will have to be no other than Dak Prescott. The Dallas Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl, folks. The Texas Rangers. Dallas Cowboys play literally right next to the Rangers. They're winning the Super Bowl. Not literally, obviously, but figuratively speaking, they're really, really in bed with Tom Brady sucking his balls or something. They're doing that with Michigan. Hey, Tom Brady can sit back and watch Michigan win. He doesn't have to be, getting ready for the playoffs and missing out on seeing Michigan win a national title. I mean, they win the first year that he retires. And then, Tom Brady gets to watch his childhood team suffer because they ended his dream of playing for the 49ers. So Tom Brady's part of the school ritual to see them suffer. He won Super Bowl 55. The Cowboys can improve to 5-5 on the road and complete the Tom Brady ritual right there. Tom Brady could have went anywhere during preseason, but he chose the Cowboys because that's who he knows is winning the Super Bowl. He went to see the Cowboys play in the preseason because Tom Brady is a fan of the Dallas Cowboys this year. Oh yeah, be on the lookout for the videos when we get to January the 21st or whatever. That conference title psyop video, it's gonna really go viral. It really is. People are gonna be talking about it. Conspiracy theorists are gonna look like they belong in the Nutter house, but they're just not really thinking about why this is all happening in a year that Las Vegas is hosting the Super Bowl. It's just too good to be true to happen 3 times in a row. But this is mind control. This is satanic programming. It's mind control. They're literally manipulating the public. And you just have to understand what it is exactly that they're doing. Is Las Vegas sports books they just want to celebrate hosting the game. They'll make more money off the Super Bowl, obviously, but the record-breaking profits already came in before hosting the game. It's going to be a big way to celebrate hosting the game is by not paying out all these people driving from California to bet on the 49ers. You just have to think critically like that. And again, the script writers, they kind of tell you with the silver helmet at the Silver State right there. They really do. They really do. But hey, Peggy's Camacho 33. It's his 33rd win on the road for Dak Prescott. So you look at that. His 33rd win on the road to make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, by the numbers, by the Freemasons, they love that 33. That's the 33. Freemasons Camacho 96. Cowboys go 9-6 in the conference title week. You just look at halftime of the game of last year. It was 9-6, Cowboys, Niners. It's because they're telling you that the Niners are going to win that game. And then the next time that the Cowboys face off against the Niners, they're going to improve to 9-6 in the conference title game. But yeah, 41er fans are just gonna suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer a lot. I mean, this would be a win for the Raider Nation and for all the Raider fans now living in Nevada. To see the Queefs lose the Super Bowl and see the Liners lose the conference title game, I think this would be a great ending for Las Vegans. They will not see a rival team win. It's going to be a great ending for the citizens, for the good people of Vegas. That's what it's going to come down to as well. But at the least, LA, the NFC is winning the Super Bowl, but it just makes it super easy. The Dallas Cowboys going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, they're claimed national titles and there are unclaimed national titles. Now, the unclaimed national titles are the official titles that the school doesn't claim that they won the title. Last time Michigan won an unclaimed national title came during the year 86, and that game was at Tempe, Arizona, site of Super Bowl 30. So Jerry Jones has abandoned the ego, and again, Kyle Shanahan is stuck and consumed with the ego. He could have put the ego aside. It all lined up to go 8-3 in the Super Bowl. He's born on August the 3rd, but what was missing was that Super Bowl with the 49ers. But the 49ers didn't take a chance on Tom Brady. This is the worst decision in the history of football. This is the worst decision in the history of football. You could even set the kid 1 year, learn behind Brady, and then Brock Purdy comes out of nowhere and he learns behind Brady. This is not the situation in New England. Anyway, I can go on with that right after we celebrate hitting and nailing the conference championship weeks because it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, I imagine Goki LeBron's 6th ring and the Cowboys 6 championships going to tie into Brazil winning the World Cup. It definitely will. It absolutely will. I just wonder when. I still think the game's going to be played at New York, New Jersey, where Pele played his last game. Obviously, people are emotional, Cowboy haters, and then in soccer, it's the Messi fans that are emotional that want them to see win twice. But that's not the script because Messi told us that there's nothing more left to prove. So he's pretty much telling us the script. But now he said his last match was at Qatar, and he says, "Oh, maybe it's not my last match. We'll see." So we'll see if Messi's bluffing, if he really wants to play. But Diego Maradona's World Cup ended short because of a doping ban, testing positive for cocaine. So if Messi does play in the 26th World Cup, it could be interesting. If something like injury, what have you, would to end the career. But it's coming. The playoff prediction videos are coming. It's entertainment. It's scripted. I'd be shocked if the Rams don't face off against the Lions. I think even the fans want to see that happen. But I think the fans are retarded if they don't think that they scripted it to happen that way. But yeah, you'd be surprised how many zombies live and they ignore the most red Super Bowl comeback when the Redcoats are defeated by the Colonists. The Atlanta Falcons, King George, Georgia. It was a reenactment of the American Revolution, the American spirit. The Falcons in red were the Redcoats. It was the most rigged Super Bowl ever in the history of the planet. And then the comeback against the Legion of Boom was rigged too. But people don't think the NFL is rigged. But it is rigged. It is. But again, Niners in big trouble this year. I mean, They really need to sign Tom Brady right now. They got to sign Tom Brady right now if they want to even sniff the Super Bowl. This could get ugly very quickly at Santa Clara. This is going to be an ass whooping by the Dallas Cowboys over the 41ers. It's going to be an ass whooping. I think the Dallas Cowboys are motivated. You don't want to see us again. We'll repeat that same outcome. You don't want to see us again. It ain't just Micah Parsons yapping. 49ers were yapping after the game. They were living in their head. Again, you have to ask the question, why did they score exactly 30 points in their first 3 games? Because the Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl. It is that easy. You got to ignore the BS and look at the tributes. The Niners, when they started winning again, they were 5-3. They were 6-3 and counting. Cowboys record 5-3. They're 6-3 in the Super Bowl, just like that. Just like that. I tell you, the Cowboys are going to obliterate the 49ers. It is. I will see the Niners win the Super Bowl and stop crying during my lifetime, but it's not going to happen that soon like they think it's going to happen. Maybe you should sign a Notre Dame quarterback. Joe Montana's the GOAT. Maybe until he dies or something, maybe that's when the Niners win the Super Bowl again, I know Tom Brady's a Dallas Cowboys fan. For this year, to end the window, because this team is fucked, because the Niners are not winning at the division rival Rams Stadium at Super Bowl 61. So it's over. Home teams don't win the Super Bowl, so these guys are cooked. Super Bowl 60. So the injuries, the fraud, Purdy's gonna get exposed. It's like Kyle Shanahan's gotta line himself up to kind of get that job. With the Justin Herbert of the world, whatever, with the Chicago Bears or something. I don't think they don't have any quarterback. They'll make Brock Purdy look like a real fraud. It's not rigged, you see, because he threw 4 interceptions against the Ravens. He got exposed against Dallas. Should have signed Tom Brady. They're gonna make it look real. He against the Dallas Cowboys secondary. This guy is fed to the wolves. I really wish people could know what a garbage preseason soft zone coverage is. Come on, that's the worst defense I've ever seen. They were even trying to throw the ball to CD. We are less than a month away. It pretty much is written that, we're just going to get, this is the NBA playoffs, and we know the 2 teams that are playing in the conference finals. That's basically what it comes down to, is to get that bowl of popcorn ready. This is going to be box office. The Cowboys at the 49ers to decide a 3rd straight year of that matchup. The rivalry is back. It's no longer going to be one-sided like it shouldn't be, but they're just setting up the ultimate stage for the Dallas Cowboys. They gotta get that win right there. That 3rd time is the charm in the world. The retarded 41er fan is like, well, 3rd time is the charm. We play 3 times. I was talking about the postseason, dum-dum. This is the 3rd straight matchup in the postseason. Gotta look into why Micah Parsons picked number 12. You think Nick Bosa run his mouth about, oh, you should have taken me over Kyler Murray? He's not looking at the mirror. The Cardinals at least have a franchise quarterback. 49ers have a game manager. They don't even have a quarterback. Cowboys do have a quarterback. He is Rain Dakota Prescott, the best quarterback in the NFC, is playing on the Dallas Cowboys. AM, the LA ritual for the LA Raiders hosting the Super Bowl. It's going to be 13 wins for the Cowboys since losing to the 49ers in week 5. But people hate the Dallas Cowboys. They cannot even fathom, imagine, contemplate even the slightest, most minor probability of that happening. They cannot fathom it at all. But be ready for it. Dallas Cowboys going to be playing in the Super Bowl. The networks are going to be like, yes! And if they have Mahomes in the Cowboys, going to be like, yes! Because hate sells. We got Patrick Mahomes and the Cowboys and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Man, they would love that matchup. Ravens and Niners just gay. There's nothing brother matchup or anything like that. It was a pretty gay matchup. It's pretty gay. Yeah, I think Mahomes gonna get paid a lot of money to take the heat, losing to the Cowboys. People really hate the Chiefs that they do. Chiefs losing in the playoffs is going to kind of open up the Bills and the Bengals, and the Ravens laid the foundations to make it to the Super Bowl the following season. Again, Lamar's 45, New Orleans is 45. Lamar Jackson is 19, Saints is 19, the Super Bowl host. I don't know what Pompano Beach is, but he's from Florida, Pompano Beach. His place of birth is going to tie into it. But yeah, most sure bet for next year's Super Bowl is the Ravens to win the Super Bowl because he's going to make also Pompano, Florida, an abbreviation. I don't know if it's Pompano Beach or Pompano, but anyway, it'd be like a 3-4 year prediction of the Ravens win the Super Bowl, and the Cardinal team right there beats the Cowboys and the Eagles. They're gonna be a playoff team next year. Kyler's gonna take over. Kyler Murray against Lamar Jackson. That's the Super Bowl next year. Well, without Jonathan Gannon, the Eagles' defense is cooked. Really, the Eagles are cooked. They have Matt Patricia. So yeah, the Eagles are not happy. Obviously, I don't hear the crackhead talking about Jalen Hurts, the next face of the league. I mean. I could care less how many games the Lakers lose because Goat Kinabon has already won the championship. He's already won the championship. Yeah, that Memphis game could be interesting because J.A. Morant's back and the Pelicans got a revenge game for losing the semifinals of the NBA Cup. So do the Grizzlies get a revenge game? It'd be kind of interesting to see if they do. It'd be kind of interesting to see if they actually do. It'd be interesting. Yeah, this team is up and down. I can see them beating Miami. I mean, Memphis has been pretty good with J.R. Morant. I mean, They're looking pretty good. They could go for 6-4 against purple and gold. We'll see. Or go for 5-6 face off against the loser Phoenix Suns. We'll see. We'll see. Now loser Suns start winning again. They'll kind of fuck down for the loser Phoenix Suns. Looking for the loser Phoenix Suns. Lakers will lose both matches against the loser Phoenix Suns, and they'll hype up the loser Phoenix Suns. Or the Jordan camp says, hey, not so fast. We can't have Goat King LeBron. That was a big conspiracy theory the last couple of years. Oh, they're sabotaging Goat King LeBron James. Well, what they are doing is he does ties Michael Jordan, but he does so in year 23. So that is what we refer to as the new legacy. I wonder if the Space Jam film is not going to only connect to the fifth ring after the Suns' heart attack, but if it is going to connect to the championship that will be won in 2026 for GOAT King LeBron James. And that will be one of the most dramatic NBA draft days in history. It's going to be box office. It is going to be talked about. This is a win for the NBA in the period of downtime, is by having GOAT King LeBron dominate the headlines super quickly before the month of July hits, when you start to get into free agency. Well, yeah, this is what's coming up. Do one more final review for the NFL predictions and just kind of release what we got as far as advanced stats go, the record ever since Howlett's death, what have you, these kind of things. But again, could be a good way for the Cardinals to end the year with 2 straight wins. Cardinals have the momentum on their side, so it remains very possible for the Packers to make the playoffs, even if they lose against the Bears. And we'll probably see Cooper Rush in there if the Cowboys get up to a 14-21 point lead. I'd say it's a real motivation. Real motivation is to blow them out of the water, get a couple of defensive touchdowns, and sit up Dak Prescott. That seems like a plan. That seems like a good plan to me. Although if Deron Bland doesn't get a 9th interception, a 6 for a touchdown, then it will simply just have to happen when the playoffs start. If he does end with 8 touchdowns, 5 going for 6 in the regular season. So it doesn't have to really happen during the regular season. It can always occur at any point during the actual run. If, a 9th interception, a 6 for a touchdown, and don't be surprised if that could happen in the NFC Championship game to give the Cowboys a 9-6 record. I mean, that he could very well do it in the NFC Championship game. So very, very possible that this is really going to, at least they're going to score a defensive touchdown against the 49ers. You know they are. It's coming. Yeah. Their first playoff loss at home at Levi's can occur in the 6th game at Levi's Stadium. That's part of the 6 ritual with the Dallas Cowboys. Then you start to dig into it. Rams is 51. They go 5-1 at home next NFC winner. But No one can really tell me how significant Brock Purdy's number out ties into a 40 water championship. But it does tie into how the Dallas Cowboys, how many wins they do end up winning ever since week 5. The answer is going to be 9 and then 4. Yes, Dak's mom is born on 9-4. And Dak is going to win the Super Bowl 94 months after he was drafted. Because it all fits into the death ritual of his mother. I think his mom died, I think 94 days before the end of the year. So it's really about the ritual with Dak's mom and her birth, the amount of time from the birthday to the end of the year. That's what it's going to come down to. Yeah, we'll get into George and Prescott Bush and all that, and all these little rituals, side rituals there. Obviously, the death of Norma Hunt at 85 and the Cowboys improving to 8-5 against the Chiefs all time seems like a perfect ritual right there. Another thing to keep in mind too, uh, is Andy Reid's overall record against the Dallas Cowboys during his entire coaching career. Playoffs included. I can see that. Cowboys won their first playoff game at Jerry Road against Andy Reid and the Eagles. They can win the Super Bowl against Andy Reid. So, yeah, that would be pretty fitting, though, if we see the LA native in action. Andy Reid being born at LA didn't mean he'd play in Super Bowl 56 at Inglewood, but what it does mean is that he will just be victim of the NFC's first Super Bowl since LA. So, the people will doubt the Chiefs' ability to hold on to the football against the Baltimore Raven defense, but at the end of the day, it is going to be the brilliance of Patrick Mahomes that's going to overcome Baltimore, Kansas City, and the defense are going to get a couple of key fumbles from Lamar Jackson. Just like Jalen Hurts had the fumble right there. That was the difference. That 6-point swing right there, that Jalen Hurts fumble, all it takes is one turnover to change the play. To change the complexion of the game. All it takes is one turnover, one key fumble at the worst time of the game to tilt the momentum in the pendulum right into the Kansas City Chiefs. But yeah, hey, Mahomes is 23-5 light path. Ravens fought a 2-3 in the conference title game. I just dig into the light path of Mahomes. He wins 2 out of 3 Super Bowls, and then the Ravens will fall to 2-3 in the AFC Championship game. And this year's Super Bowl is at Las Vegas. So pretty clear what's going to happen with the Ravens. Very, very clear. The Chiefs beat the Eagles, then they beat another bird team in the playoffs. Make it back to the Super Bowl. But Andy Reid is going to fall to 2-3 in the Super Bowl at Las Vegas. He falls to 2-3 in the Super Bowl. 2-3. 2 Super Bowls and 5 appearances. Cowboys are the 25-time winners of the NFC East because the Eagles' season is all but over. The Diamondbacks ended their season. Now the Arizona Cardinals have officially ended their season. And those are Phoenix Suns! Well, you see, who's the Suns? If they can win the way they are right now, it's not over for the Phoenix Suns. They're going to win a title next year. Don't worry about that. He's going to win a title in 2025. 24-25, 49. Durant, 49. Lakers improved to 49 in the finals. Durant's the next champion. Durant is going to easily win the championship next year. People, I just, people are going to just believe he's never ever going to win again if he fails to make it to the conference finals. The freaking Kevin is just like Kobe. Well, Shaq won without him, then Curry won without him. I mean, Kevin Durant's gonna be just fine. He is gonna win without Stephen Curry. It will come very, very soon, about 18 months from now. So Kevin Durant, get in on it. Number 7, leaving Stephen Curry. He wins the title as the guy 7 years after winning in 2018. It's ultimately what it comes down to. The moment in time exactly when Kevin Durant is going to win his next championship. Kevin Durant would win his next championship 84 months later, and it is Arizona that is Gematria of 84. So Kevin Durant is going to win the title next year, and Frank Vogel is going to be a guy who would win titles with both LeBron James and Kevin Durant, the Grim Reaper in action. But yeah, this is still Goalkeeper LeBron. He is still Goalkeeper LeBron's league. The transition year for Goalkeeper LeBron James, that'll be the year that Kevin Durant has to win a title. I wonder who the opponent would be, but all I can say is if the Lakers avoid the Mavericks this year, then the Lakers will get Dallas in 2026. That's my prediction. If they avoid the Dallas Mavericks this year, which I remain skeptical they would avoid the Dallas Mavericks, then the Lake Goalkeeper Bond will just have to get the revenge in 2026. So that's what would happen if they don't face the Mavericks this year. Oh yeah, Nuggets are good. They're just not that much better than the Lakers. It was all propaganda. I'll put I'll show the screenshots of the scores in the fourth quarter. You're not crazy, and I'm not crazy. We're just new that the fourth quarters were rigged. But yeah, wouldn't that be something if Derek Carr defeats the Eagles? I mean, Hertz is a fraud. He would just have to be 2-3. Just what makes it easy for me. He began his playoff career against Brady. He's gonna be 2-3 in the playoffs. He's 2-2 right now. NFC South is gonna upset the Eagles. Whether it be the Bucks or the Saints, it doesn't matter. Eagles are losing on the road. Although Jalen Hurts is 38 and Louisiana is 38, kind of like the Super Bowl 15 ritual for that. I can tell you that if the Panthers beat the Bucks or if Baker gets hurt, and if the Saints defeat the Falcons, and that's going to be a pretty interesting playoff breakdown video if that script plays out. It just all depends on what the NFL wants. But again, another thing to look out for is going to be the overall record of Todd Bowles as a head coach, both with the Jets and during his time with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So he's at 16-16. Well, he could end the year with 18 losses, obviously, Todd Bowles. 18 losses as Buccaneers coach, either happening in the last week or in the wild card round. Something tells me, though, that again, figuratively speaking, they're just really sucking Tom Brady's balls, and you know, same exact result as with the GOAT. Just lose to the Cowboys in the wild card game. I mean, when I look at it from the let's ride Tom Brady like there's no tomorrow, then I'm going with Carolina. I don't give a damn. How many division titles do the Saints have? So those are the kind of things I'm looking out for as far as you know. Upon further review, what the final selections are going to be for the last week of the season, but I'll go Carolina right there. I mean, Jalen's Camacho 15, Saints 15th postseason appearance. Why not? Why not? And then there's the outside possibility they could even be the seventh seed too. So yeah, some potential crazy scenarios are certainly possible. Again, because there hasn't ever been this many teams, but I just think that what do they just again, the Cowboys have to face off against the 49ers. So, it is possible to write the story to give Derek Carr a playoff win to feel a little sorry that he had to deal with the dysfunctional Raider organization. So I believe I just got to go Carolina. I got to go with the Saints to upset those Eagles. Raiders win the Super Bowl against the Eagles again. They'll Super Bowl 15 matchup right there. They'll just go in there with Derek Dallas Carr in as quarterback. Derek is 43. It'd be 43 years after Super Bowl 15. So that's what remains very interesting. I wonder what the Panthers' record is ever since Frank Reich got fired. You see, these are the kind of things that I'm thinking about as far as the final breakdown just for the remainder of the game. So Las Vegas is 23 in Gematria, and Chris Tabor could end up being 2-3 as a coach. He coached one game with the Bears in 2021. 2-2. 2-2. Let's see. Yeah, well, Brady's Gematria 23 was with Tampa last year. Yeah, so yeah. Again, Carolina, they played the Packers pretty well, and that's a team that's looking pretty good during the month of December. So we'll see about that one, obviously. Yeah, but keep him. Okay. Oh, they lost to CJ Beathard. Wow, that's bad. Is Trevor Lawrence still playing at quarterback? Is he gonna be playing this week? We week 18 status uncertain. Well, yeah, imagine he's got to be playing right in the last game of the season. Things happen. Just Carolina Panthers, divisional games, unpredictable. They'll suck Tom Brady's balls. Carolina. Carolina for the win. Carolina's going to try to fuck over the Bears, although the Bears have the number one pick, so it doesn't matter anymore. Carolina might as well go for the win. Okay, so Chicago Bears are 7-5 ever since George Halas' death. They were 0-4. They were 1-4 for their first win. Chicago Bears are 7-5 right now since the death of George Hollis. No, not George Hollis. You're Dick Butkus. Okay, that guy, Dick Butkus. Yeah. Any connection to Dick Butkus at all there? It's gonna get interesting. Okay, maybe do his full name. Maybe that's gonna be the key. Oh, hey, I'm just saying, Washington Redskins Camacho 85. Fuck all this PS. Frickin' PS. Politically correct bullshit. They're still the Washington Redskins. I don't give a damn what anyone says. I mean, Deron Bland did get his eighth interception, his fifth for 6 points against the Washington Redskins. That's who they are. Washington Redskins 85. Deron Bland, his eighth interception, his fifth for a touchdown. They're still the Washington fucking Redskins. So yeah, the Chicago remains very interesting to say the least. 8-5 or 7-6. Which one is it? Which one is it? Love is 18. Dick is 18. Maybe it's Matt Eberfluss. It's 24th regular season loss against a team that was without the 24th pick. So yeah, right there, that 24 certainly is intriguing. You don't want to go full shizio, obviously, but Michael Jordan, sixth ring, they go Jordan Love to win their sixth ring, the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, damn. What the hell? We smoking right now. Damn. What pick was Jordan Love? Okay, pick 26. Packers Bears can be dope. Bettors would profit if Jordan Love leads NFL in touchdown passes. He lead the league in touchdown passes. No, okay, over under, okay. Purdy's a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a joke. A joke and a choke, all the above. He's a no wonder why the league is just so bad nowadays. It's so garbage. Never ever have I seen says such bad quarterback play all across the league. Dak Prescott with 32 touchdowns. He is the golden child of the NFL. You see, he leads the league in touchdowns, not the fraud Brock Purdy, the joke. A joke and a choke on the above. Yeah, he fraud. Why does Brock Purdy average 9.6 yards per attempt? Why? Because Cowboys go 9-6 in the conference title game. That's why he throws 9.6 yards per attempt. Exposed the winners. He averages 9.6 yards per attempt. Cowboys go 9-6 in the conference title game. I love that 9.6 yards per attempt. I love it. It's all about the Dallas Cowboys going 9-6 in the conference title game. Shove that 9.6 yards per attempt up your ass. Because that furthers my point on the Dallas Cowboys. Do you see? So if he doesn't play, then yeah, 9.6 yards per attempt. He is a fraud. Fraud. Brock Purdy's a joke. Guy is awful. Guy's overrated. Overrated. There's a Super Bowl logo psyop. There's a little Brock Purdy, Tom Brady psyop. Oh my God. These people love being taken advantage of they love being taken for a ride by Las Vegas. Well, probably next face a week he be Tom Brady. Easy psyop. That is another psychological operation. But he's a pussy. The Tom Brady would play through that injury in NFC Champs game. He's a pussy. He's a bitch. Brock Turdy is his name, everybody. He's a turd. Shit. That shit performance against the Ravens. He is Brock Turdy. That's his name. He's a joke, anyways. But Brock Purdy's 133. He makes it. He wins the Super Bowl with Las Vegas Nevada. 133. Dallas Cowboys go 13-3 since week 5. That's significance of Brock Purdy. Yeah, it's more to Gamatria than just player this, location that, he wins. No, just the numbers tell a story. What transpires after that game, where the next chapter of the Cowboys 49ers occurs. Dallas wins 13 games the rest of the way. It's that easy. Dak is 16. He's playing his 16th game since that week 5 game at the 49ers. That's what it comes down to. It's good. It's too good. Oh yeah, what's the coach's record too against them? You see? His coaching record against the Chicago Bears. How are they going to do without their owner? How are they going to do without the owner, Aaron Rodgers? Do they need Aaron Rodgers to own the Bears, or are they still Aaron Rodgers' property? Are they still the Packers' property? I mean, again, the Lions is 39. Seahawks is Gamacha 39. A playoff run beginning against Seattle. It can result in the 39th playoff win for the Dallas Cowboys. In a playoff run beginning against the Seahawks, so it's lining up either ways, regardless of who the opponent is. I wonder how many combined touchdown passes Dak and Patrick Mahomes are going to throw. Just Patrick Mahomes doesn't even really need to play the last week of the season, so he could be stuck at 27 touchdowns. That further helps the theory that the Chiefs beat Miami, because Miami is 27. He threw 27 touchdowns during the regular season, and the Chiefs, they can't move up to number 2. If they want to, they're going to rest starters, but then Patrick Mahomes has 63 total interceptions, so he'll probably lose the Super Bowl as Dallas improves to 6-3 in the Super Bowl. But Mahomes does have 63 career interceptions in the regular season. Matt LaFleur has never lost to the Bears, really. What's his record against the Bears? A good revenge game for the Bears. It's going to get spicy. It's going to get spicy there. Green Bay is undefeated against Chicago since Matt LaFleur took over prior to the 2019 season. No, no. Let me go to Packers Bears series overall. I guess. What's LaFleur? What's Matt LaFleur? This is a game that Justin Fields absolutely has to win. He needs to send a message that they're no longer owning his team. Well, it could be the Bears 96 win against the Packers. You know how much I like that 96 with the Cowboys this year. Interesting. Interesting. Again, we got to have rivalries back. Got to get the Bears Packers back. And the 49ers can't be winning every game against the Cowboys. Cowboys eliminated the 49ers in 2020, so it's going to happen again. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is no longer in the league. They got to get their shit together to stop making this one sided. It's so disrespectful to the rivalry. The Packers have to lose, period. Hey, it'd suck Aaron Rodgers balls if they give the frickin' if they decide now. Hey, you guys gonna miss the playoffs without Aaron Rodgers, without your owner of the Bears. But yeah, you see, if the Cardinals win, then it means the Packers can get in the playoffs even with the loss. But then again, the Bears could be 2-7 away, and of course, it is Dick. That's Gamache 27. I think Dick is Gamache 27. Dick is 27. They could finish 2-7 on the road. Yeah, the Packers though, if they do improve the 5-3 at home, the Cowboys are 5-3 in the Super Bowl. So you know maybe it continues for one more year, and then the Bears do get that win against the Packers next year. Bears can get their revenge, sweep the Packers with the number one pick next year. So I still like Green Bay in that game. I believe Arizona could fall to 2-6 at home. Kyler is 2-6. Kyler Murray's a 5 light path. Arizona could end the year with 5 wins. The Seahawks, if they fall to 3-6 away, Cardinals is Camacho 36. So Seattle, I mean, they could easily lose against Arizona there. Pretty hard to kind of sell Seattle now. I mean, Seahawks pretty much they started slumping, let's see, right after Washington. So based off of recent form, ever since they lost to the Rams, yeah, Seahawks will probably finish 2-6 ever since that game against Washington. Kyler's 26. Like see them easily finishing 2-6 since beating the Washington football team. Cardinals is 36. I mean, Seattle fought a 3-6 away. It's not a must-win game. I could care less how they do against the Miami Heat, but numbers favor a win over Miami. But I can easily see the Grizzlies beating the Lakers. But yeah, also I was pretty much right about the Lakers because they're at 500. It's the Magical Mammoth style title. So, how many beta boys are out there? A lot of beta boys out there this yeah, they don't know what's happening. They're hiding in the basement. They want to show themselves. They don't have the Mamba mentality needed to really embrace this style of championship as an ultimate underdog. No, they're not ready to embrace that whatsoever. They're afraid of crying like they were after last year. But hey, we're just right back into it. Immediately, seconds after the game, we're just like, hey, boom. That's the man mentality. Kobe hit the gym after a loss. He did just, shame it happened, whatever. 10 seconds later, he's boom, we're back to the mission. We're back practicing, hitting weights, shooting baskets after a loss. That's the man mentality. But yeah, I think Packers win. I think ultimately, just stick with that. Everyone's gonna believe the Packers can beat the Cowboys because they hate the Cowboys. You know what? Let's look at the LaFleur's playoff record. That's gonna be good. What's the playoff record for the coach? Well, he's 2-3. He can fall to 2-4. Yeah, 2-4. Because hey, no 24th pick, Aaron Rodgers. That's gonna be 2-4 in the playoffs for Matt LaFleur. And the Cowboys, it's their next win at home since beating the Lions. So that's what I would have to say about Matt LaFleur. You know, if the Packers do face off against the Cowboys, but everyone's going to be hoping that Green Bay beats the Cowboys, but it ain't happening. But the Packers can enter the game against the Cowboys with Coach Matt LaFleur at 58 wins. So that's what's stacking up very well for the floor at the end of the day. You know, this would be a historic championship for the Dallas Cowboys because they beat the Packers and the 49ers. They're two historical rivals in the NFC. Not the fraudulent Eagles team, not the Chico team that always loses all the time, that only won one title. Two big rivals of the Cowboys are the 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. These are the top two rivals of the Cowboys, not the fraud Eagles, the Packers and the 49ers. But yeah, you see, it's about history. If the Cowboys face off against the Packers, it's easy. They beat the Packers and the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. Don't get any bigger than that if you, the Dallas Cowboys. But you see that the Dallas Cowboys win for the 18th time against the Packers. Vegas is 18. Packers coming up the game against the Bears. Bears is 18. So yeah, of course, Dallas Cowboys are 39th meeting against the Packers, and then of course the Super Bowl. Dallas Cowboys would enter the Super Bowl with 39 playoff wins. So block fraud is a joke. The Cowboys beat the Packers, and I like the Cowboys against the Saints, but very possible. The probability is higher for the Cowboys to face off against the Bucks just by implied probability. But then against the probability, I could see a Carolina setting up Derek Dallas Carr to head over to Dallas, and you know they'll end his career right there. But yeah, I wonder what's the record for the Cowboys against the Saints overall. Oh, it was only the Packers. Oh, it was only the Saints. It's only that too. It's only that too. Oh. Anyway, Dallas Cowboys have already won the Super Bowl. I don't need to go on anymore. Although I still haven't done the video on obviously Prescott and George Bush and the whole 43-day run to the Super Bowl. So there is that. Michael Jordan's championship. The run begins against Jordan Love. The Cowboys beat Love, and man, they end the love story between Travis Kelsey and well, they don't end. Maybe they don't end the love story, but they end the whole little. They can win the Super Bowl there with Taylor Swift, all that. So interesting there, right there. I think Michael Jordan, six ring, and Cowboys begin against Jordan Love is gonna spice it up, spice it up. Can you picture that? The Packers and the 49ers, the Cowboys defeat. The most perfect run. Wow, if it does happen this way, Mamma Mia. If the Cowboys beat the Packers, the Eagles, and the Niners, my, oh, my. If they beat the Packers and the Eagles and the Niners, you could not script it any better than that, amigo. I swear. You cannot script it any better than that. If he beats all three of their rivals for winning the Super Bowl, that would be crazy. It's certainly possible. Wow, if that happens that way, wow, that'd be crazy. All three fan base could be pissed off. Wow, that's crazy. Then again, you don't get the most perfect storyline sometimes, so yep. Break it down there. It's any given Sunday, right? So, the Miami at home, just Tyreek Hill, monster season. It seems like script is in for the Dolphins to kind of end the season on a high to win the NFC South. Just it's at Miami, they're buzzing. The nightlife of Miami, Messi's there. Miami Heat win the East, and Miami Dolphins win the AFC East. So Dolphins are looking like I don't give a damn about the game against the Ravens because it was obviously a very rigged football game. But that's just the NFL for you. The Broncos give up 73 points and they go on a winning streak. So many things don't make sense, but it's because the league is rigged. So, Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins going to win because it's the momentum from the prior year. Lionel Messi and in the Miami Heat, and now a division crown is on the way to the Miami Dolphins. So that's definitely going to happen next week, and I'll end it there. And I think need to add some more information as far as advanced stats are for the Week 18 games. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a change, but overall, I kind of like the selections how they are right now, just because of the matchups to see during wild card round week. I know how perfect it sounds with the Eagles and the Packers and the Niners, but no one wants to see the Sheagles get murdered again. It's so the whole Matt Patricia, it's all fallen down. So you gotta go with the Bucks or the Saints, depending on who they're playing. But Derek Carr is what stands out to me is just getting the playoff win, and obviously his career is over after this year. The Saints are hosting. He's going to get hurt. He's going to get caught, whatever, announce retirement, this and that, want to go into preaching. So, this is a year that Saints might as well get something out of it, a playoff win. And they're just going to have to find that new franchise quarterback. So, Cowboys probably the to beat the Saints. Obviously, it's all contingent. I mean, the Cardinals was the big upset last week, so are we going to see another big upset? We probably will, and I think Carolina can. Uh, he can take, and if Derek Carr gets a fake scripted ACL injury, that that is something worth watching. But again, the kid it probably is good, but how good is he going to be? Just let him play out his college career before uh, we are anointing which team he's going to play for. But Arch Manning is 102, Cowboys is 102. I don't know what else is 102. Archibald is Gamache at 40. The Falcons is 40. The Giants is 40. There's got to be other 40s. Archibald is 58. The Dallas Cowboys 58. Again, you don't know how good the kid is going to be yet. I mean, Cooper Manning was never a great NFL player, so no guarantee he's going to be a star or anything. I mean, Eli was an athlete. Peyton Manning just worked very hard and studied the game, but Cooper Manning didn't make it in football. I'm not saying it just because his dad is Cooper, but not every Manning brother was successful. So it's not a guarantee that it's all going to work out in the pros for this guy. But well, we're just gonna have to sit back and find out, and just there'll probably be a quarterback battle in camp. So. Uh, Edwards is going to have to earn it. He gets hurt or something, or maybe the boosters want him to go and he ends up putting a transfer request or whatever, since this whole college football thing is a big joke and a big fugazi nowadays. So that's probably what may end up there as far as Texas goes. But Archibald Manning is 76, the Cleveland Browns is 76, Detroit Lions 76. There's other possibilities. Archibald Manning's 130. Washington is 130. Magic Johnson, new owner. Get Magic Johnson up to speed. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. But anyway, I'm done here. Be taking notes for the playoffs. Break down week 18 one more time. And we'll be on the lookout as far as uh, a big drop of videos on the Sunday night, beginning with the bracket video. So it's going to be easy. The Super Bowl psyop nonsense has to end. Aaron Rodgers is sponsored by FanDuel. You just it's not gonna be it's not gonna be that easy for the public. I can guarantee that. So I'll end it there. We'll see what happens with the Lakers tomorrow, and then I'm already see just thinking about JJ McCarthy and Mike McCarthy, and then their last unclaimed title occurred at Tempe. There, I'm starting to see what's going on there. As far as that goes, but I got to complete the Bush video too. I still haven't done that yet. I wanted to do that tonight. It's like 12:30. It's like got to do that quickly. So we'll see if I have to wait till tomorrow morning or not. Good night. Yeah, y'all have a good night. And as always, begin the new year with a bang, especially when we get to the beginning of the playoffs. I can't wait. Y'all can't wait. It's gonna be very fun to watch.